All right, thanks for staying with us. So there's another hot topic that is close to my heart because these are topics. This is about a woman who, part of the women I admire personally. So there's a story causing serious controversy on social media. According to a Nigerian pastor, she said that if a man's life does not appreciate after marriage, the wife is a witch. We would like to hear your thoughts on this. Now, you see, Nigerians know how to sensationalize and
the whole thing.
drag these things. So I personally, and I'm not speaking for her, I just feel that, you know, when you're talking, I don't think she said it intentionally that way to say you're a witch, like you guys think, witch. I think what she was just trying to say, or what I took from that conversation is, if your spouse, man, woman, if you're married to somebody, and that their life doesn't get better, check yourself. There's something, it's possible there's something you're doing or not doing right to support that person. That's the message I think she was trying to communicate. Oh. But either way, everybody now took it out of context and started, that's how I see it.
No, I even thought what she was trying to communicate was that there's some women who depend for everything on one spouse and not allowing for that spouse to flourish because you're asking for the littlest thing that you can afford to do for yourself.
Oh yeah, that's also part of the message. Yes.
So because I watched the video. I didn't even know we were going to talk about it. We just watched and I was, gisting about it. So watching the video, I understood where she was coming from. She was trying to empower women that you shouldn't just marry and just allow the man do everything, depend on the man for everything. You should bring value, you should bring something to the table. And it's the message. It's the message. Wait, hold on. It's the message that you will give. But she said, her words now, if your husband doesn't accelerate after he marries you, you are a witch. So the problem people had was that witch. And that's because most times people feel that you put a lot of pressure on the women, that if anything goes wrong in the marriage, it's the woman's fault. Now, she also quoted the scriptures, which says, he that findeth a man. So let me establish, first of all, that I believe in what she said. I don't agree with the word witch. I feel that's not the word she would have used in that place, the way Nigerians use words. But that's not what she was trying to say. So I believe what she's trying to say. But I am also seeing it from the angle of women taking responsibility for every failure that happens in a marriage. Good. And so the scripture says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord. Now, we lose the focus of he that findeth, forgetting that if you read that scriptures very well, there's a responsibility for the man to find. And that tells me that when he said he that findeth, that means that not all men will find. Not all he will find. So he that findeth.
I feel I'm in church.
No. Hold on now.
He wants to say, you're nudity, clinical, you're not.
Calm down. Let me talk for my sisters here.
All right.
So we put the responsibility on the failure of the marriage on the woman. And that's why a lot of people came for that. So why are you making it seem that it's me, because they now married me and something doesn't go right, that I'm responsible? You're forgetting that the man has a responsibility to find. So if you go and find somebody that is wrong, that is not the person you are supposed to find, and anything goes wrong, you now blame it on the woman. People should take up their own responsibility. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so for me, it's really the conversation about the burden of how the marriage works on the wife or the husband, but mainly because we have this thing we say in Nigeria. We just always assume that if something goes wrong in the home, when there's a divorce, it must have been the woman that caused it. If there's a death, we know of women that are made to drink all sorts of things because they may have caused it. So we are blamed for that. And because she's part of this society, she would need to be careful the sort of message that she's trying to pass. Already women are under so much pressure to come across as doing their best in the marriage. And then you have this woman of God where they can now refer to her and say, you see your life? That's what I was telling you. Even this woman pastor has said, you are the cause of my problems. We see it in Yoruba movies. Your star is dark or something. It's always about the woman. But the truth is, life happens, and it's important. The part of where the woman needs to take up some responsibilities for herself is a crucial and important message. Thank you very much. But in telling but in the whole picture, it's a joint effort.
Yeah.
And sometimes the failure of a man is because of that man alone.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the combination of
both
bad
of them.
choices that they have both made. And
Okay,
that's
let
what
me take this call from Germany. Monday, good morning. Are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, but you're not clapping for me on the screen.
We're talking to you directly. We're clapping to you. We've clapped already.
Okay, no problem. I'm a first-time caller, and the last time I was watching before this thing happened, so I just said, for this moment, let me just greet everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Continue. Yes, may God be with us.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You people get out there successfully.
Amen.
So, no problem.
All right. Thank you very much.
Just on my phone now, I just saw that you are sure, you know?
I hear that.
So,
All right. So going back to the topic now. You see, we also been taught that women are natural nurturers. You know, we nurture, we care, I was giving somebody an example the other day that a woman's role is really different from a man. The way man sees world is different from the way we see. My husband went to go and buy an extension box, 3 extension boxes. And I didn't even open the box. I just saw the brand. And I fell in love with it. Oh, this is a fantastic brand. You know, I'm going to go and get more because grandma liked the box she took, the extension boxes. So I went to the store the next day to buy exactly the same extension box because I saw the brand. I didn't open it. But the moment I saw that brand, I opened it. And that's why I didn't have the individual on buttons for the plugs.
Yeah.
And I knew I couldn't buy it because I knew that I have children in the house. I have a baby toddler in the house. Immediately, I knew that it wasn't happen. So as a man, analytically, oh, this is a good brand. He bought it. I went there. I thought it was a great thing. And I realized I couldn't buy it because I was a woman. So a woman, obviously, we have different ways. We see the world in different ways. And the way you say family is different the way a man sees a family. So I said that to say this, that a woman's job really is biblically also is to build the home. So they taught us now, Proverbs 31 woman. That's who they trained us to be. So where she's coming from is that your role is so important. If for anything that marriage is failing, as a woman also, the woman should check. But what the critics are also saying is that, yes, a woman check yourself. But as you are checking yourself, there is a strong possibility also that men these days have fallen short of what they're supposed to be doing.
The glory.
Also, of that falling short of their responsibilities
Everything
too.
join.
So it's now a collective responsibility.
Yes.
But we must not say because of that negate the importance or the overriding importance of a woman in a marriage.
Okay, so I agree with you. Our roles are spelt out. Our roles are different based on our biology. So the woman is a nurturer, we know that, but she will not nurture in an unconducive environment. She needs a loving environment to nurture. And anything can happen in that marriage where she's being stifled and she can't nurture properly. So we don't just say because you are the nurturer, nurture and nurture yourself to death when the environment is not conducive for her to, you know, they say you give a woman a seed and she gives you a fruit. You give her a house and she gives you a home. You know, you need to give her something for her to birth something for you. So I had a conversation with my, I don't want to be talking, let me just say it, with my husband yesterday, and I was gisting him of one show we had where Nima had to call in. I was saying, it's the woman's job to keep the home, to do this. And he was like, yes, I agree. I said, brother, stop it. It's our job together. We are in this together. If I'm putting 100, you are going to be putting 100. You don't give me halfway and feel because it's my job. If anything goes wrong, I should be the one to bear it. If you are not in with me, forget it. It's not going to work. He laughed. I said, you're not taking me serious. I'm very serious. So I think we need to get to that point where we understand that even the scripture said it can two work together except they agree. They must be in agreement.
Okay.
In order
Let me
to
take
work
this call from Manchester.
Back
Good morning.
down.
Are you there? Thanks for calling. You're live. Go ahead, please.
I want you to please take a pen and a paper to write this information down.
Yes, sir.
I so much love the lady on the left-hand side, but she's just talking on her own personal idea, which doesn't reckon with so many things you've discussed. Let us go back to the nudity you talk about. I'm coming to the pastor issue. You cannot, children of nowadays, you cannot judge our culture, tradition, and values with what you do nowadays. You are just copying what the advanced countries are doing. It's out of the culture. And the lady in the middle that says that in the whole, where is the history that people need to nude before they protest? There's nothing like that. It's only individually they just want to do it. Our culture and tradition is valued and is just. Nobody can just saying it. Nigerian culture, African culture is right. When you want to nude in your own house, it's value. You can do it and go ahead with it within yourself and your husband. But by the time you step out from your door, it means something else. Here, you can get arrested because you are disturbing public peace. You can get arrested. But only in Nigeria, you turn everything upside down. Here, it's about weather. When they feel so hot, they can move and remove some clothes out, which is justified. But in this cold weather, if you do it, police will advise you, and if you refuse, they will arrest you. How about pastor? So women and men are saying that, oh, you are the one that caused the misfortune of your husband. Let me tell you, go into the Bible. When they brought the prostitute to Jesus Christ, and they said, we caught this woman fornicating, do you know what Jesus was doing? He was just writing on the floor because he knew that the woman cannot fornicate it on her own. It must be a man and a woman. That is what the society is all about. We blame women for what they've been doing with their husband. But husband knew that it is the two of them that need to play the game. Jesus, in the Bible, it says, reap from my side. That is the woman created for me. Nobody is a bad woman of your choice. Every woman a man pick is the right choice. It has been ordained. It has been ordained.
All right.
The woman you pointed out that you wanted to marry has been ordained. It's only the two of you. You need to work it out and make the family look better.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I love your show. Have a nice day.
We love you
Thank
too.
you.
I think on that note, we can wrap up the show.
Yeah, I think he ended it for us.
ended very well. But we're not taking
I think
tweets.
I'm going to post that
Let's take a few
article I saw.
tweets, please, because it's not fair not to involve our tweets community.
Yes,
Let's take a few
So,
tweets, please.
Ochulo Adeze says, okay, I think she's replying to someone. She said, how can a Nigerian lady put this out in public and some people are clapping? Age doesn't matter. This is Nigeria. We have a culture and a beautiful fashion sense.
Okay, Fine Bob says, I don't get this though. Why are we all on her case and not as mad when it comes to an 8-year-old bride?
Oh, yes, we are.
Bilkis says, personal views, I don't subscribe to women going nude, whether it's pregnancy or photo shoots. I think there's a level of insecurity that makes people believe they need to show off whatever they've got because they don't need validation. Princess Honey says, okay, I didn't get that right.
Dali Yeri says, yes, sis, I've read somewhere that women stripping themselves naked to express displeasure, protest in Africa has deep esoteric, spiritual, traditional undertone. A woman stripping herself naked in protest over the death of her child isn't showing off her boobs and her ass. Sorry, was I supposed to say those 2 words?
All right, I think we can wrap up with that. Thank you very much. It's always important for us to wrap up, and I think in wrapping up on this is, the truth is that we've come, see, the NSAS protests have shown us something, that everybody is scrutinized and that we have to guard our utterances. So as much as in the past we can say, yes, you're a witch, oh yes, you did this, these days everything we say is going to be used against us. So we have to be very careful.
Cautious.
I know she did not mean it to insult.
Yes.
I knew I could tell that she was trying to pass a
From
message.
the message.
But the days of using certain words have gone. That's how one lawmaker said that the young men are now drug addicts. We have to really, really change the way the words we use must change going forward. That's the bottom line. She meant well, and that's why we didn't want to mention her name. The other lady that went new to, partly new to, these are people that we admire. We don't want to bash them, and that's why we try not to mention their names. We're just taking the lessons from the story to share, and so we can learn from each other. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.